Hi, I'm Miss Dara from the Rogers Public Library, and this is Makerspace at your place. And so today we're going to do some clay cracking or clay popping, depending on where you look this up. It has different names. So I've made a few, and so this, what it is you can do it out of Model Magic, or this is Dizo clay. You can make it with that, or even Play-Doh, you can do that. So this one is made with Model Magic, and when you crack it, it has a nice satisfying cracking noise. So you just squish them. So how it gets that nice noise takes a lot of work. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come up with either some kind of mold, like these you can get really cheap, and they're like 98 cents or something. And there's all kinds of different ones. This one's little pumpkins, or you can get like cookie cutters, and there's different sizes of cookie cutters that you can use. And so like this shape here is made with one of these squares of a cookie cutter. So this one is Play-Doh. It's just one thing of Play-Doh. You can also use this Dizo clay, and it is really, really soft, really, really squishy. So the problem with using it is it's hard to keep your shape when you're painting it because it's really soft and squishy. So, but it does make nice molds like this. So you just squish it in here, take off your excess. You want it kind of flat, and then just pop it out. So you have a nice little pumpkin. And mine wasn't great because I didn't squish it in there tight enough, so it's got a few bubbles in it. But that's how you do that kind. If you're doing like this, you want to just pack it in there as tight as you can get it. So the problem is, how do you get it out of here? So what I found with this set, at least, it has a nice little, like if you do this size, you can squish it out with the next smaller one, but I did the smaller one. So you just kind of have to push it out of there without messing up your shape too much. And I didn't get it pushed down quite far enough, so it's got a nice split in the middle. But just kind of fix it together. So that works. You can also use Model Magic. Model Magic is my favorite. And like that star that I did, you just work it a little bit to make it, warm it up a little bit, because then it's more pliable. So it holds its shape the best when you're painting it, and as you heard, it still makes a nice satisfying crunch. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this into kind of a oval here. Okay, so, and then you're going to take and cut a V out of it and use that to form your heart. It's not a perfect heart because I'm doing it quickly, but you can come up with a nice little heart here. And it smooths nicely so that you can get all your bumps out of it. So you have a heart. And then what you're going to want to do after you have your shapes done, you want to pick out just a fingernail polish, and you can use any kind of fingernail polish. This is just a clear, but you can use sparkle, you can use a plain color, and then you just want to start painting your shape that you've made. And you're going to want to paint this completely over it. And so you can get like a toothpick and stick in it so that you don't get it on your fingers, or you can, what I usually do is I just paint part of it and then lay it down and leave the bottom, and then once the top dries, I'll usually do 2 or 3 coats on the top, and then when it dries, I'll do the bottom. So just paint it on there really good. I'm just going to paint all of it the same color, but if you want to be very detailed, you can paint it different colors like I did on this one. I have a green top. You can also, if you want to, if you just have clear nail polish, you can paint it with acrylic paint, and then you can paint it with nail polish over it. So you just let that dry and then do another layer and another layer until you're done. The speckled ones are really nice to do because they leave glitter on there. You can also, because as you see that would take a long time to do, you can dump it out on there. This one's brand new, so it's not wanting to even dump. You can dump some out on it. And then spread it around so that it's easier to get a good coverage. Of it. And so I've done, this is one out of Play-Doh, and also I did this one out of Play-Doh, and I did this glitter on this, and this one is actually a silver nail polish, and then it's got silver glitter over it. And it's just with cookie cutters, and I made the little shape on the top out of just different sizes. I just did, and then I did the little star on the bottom. So let's crack a few of these. So should I do this one or this one? Let's go ahead and do this one. And that's the Play-Doh. It wasn't quite as loud as the other one, and sometimes that has to do with how dry it is, and sometimes that has to do with the kind of nail polish you use. Let's see, this one is made with Daiso clay, I think. Actually, I think it's Model Magic. And it's been a while since I've made it, so it's dried out a little bit. It still cracks, but on the inside, it's kind of dry. All right, let's try this one. Actually, I want to do this one because I did something special with this one. So let's see. It's full of glitter. So I just put glitter in the middle of my Model Magic and made a ball and then painted over it. So one thing I found when I was doing this is if you don't, while you're doing it, you want to keep it in a Ziploc bag so that it doesn't dry out too fast. And so like these are pretty small and they have dried out completely and I can't even crack them anymore because they're so dry. So the smaller ones dry out a lot faster, and actually the clay inside of them dried out. So this one's the same way. The clay inside of it dried out. So this is our clay cracking. So it's kind of fun to do. The nail polish, you have to do a lot of coats, about 6 coats of nail polish in order to get it to get a good nice crack on the outside. So try it at home and see what you think. It's kind of fun to do. Thanks for joining me.